We are going to learn the basic sun salute today, and it's called Surya Namaskar in Sanskrit, or sun salutation. This is the first version. There's a couple. And with me demonstrating are Ashley and Gabby, but I'm the only one that's mic'd, so I'm going to be the one that's talking today, and you can watch them and me. We'll do it at different angles for some visual reference. So let's get started. I want you to start at if you have a mat, that's great. You don't need one. But you're going to start at the top of your mat with your feet almost together, about hip width apart, and you're just going to breathe in and bring your arms up. I'm just going to do the sun salutation once through to demonstrate, and then we'll do the whole thing together. And when you come down, breathe out, and you can either touch your shins or touch the floor. This is a forward bend. Take a few breaths here to ground yourself and to stretch your hamstrings and your lower back. And then on an inhale, you're going to let's start with our right foot. Bring your right foot back to a lunge. This is a front leg, 90-degree, back leg extended or bent in a lunge. And you can keep your hands on the floor for balance. Definitely keep your hands on the floor, because now you're going to bring your left leg back to meet your right. This is plank pose, high plank. And then on an exhalation, you're going to bend at the elbows. Keep your elbows alongside your ribs and come on down to the floor. I'm not going to come all the way down because of my mic. And rise back up as you inhale into cobra pose. This is a gentle back bend supported by your hands. Come on back down. And now you're going to come up to all fours again, tuck your toes, and raise your hips into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, sometimes called triangle pose. This we're going to hold for a few breaths, so keep breathing. And this is a really beneficial pose to strengthen your arms, strengthen your shoulders, lengthen your hamstrings. Your heart is above your head, so it's an inversion pose. And it's very beneficial for both a warm-up and a strengthening pose. So from here, you're going to bring your right leg forward into a lunge, the opposite lunge that we did the first time, with your left leg extended back. And then bring your left leg up to meet your right. And we're back in that forward bend. Take a breath here. And then on your next inhalation, come all the way up, and your arms up, and you fold and complete the sun salutation with your arms in front. Did I forget anything? I think that was it. So now that was a slow version to teach you all the moves. So now we'll put it together, and we're going to do it with breathing, which means we're going to take deep breaths in and out on certain movements, and we'll practice it that way. So, you ready? All right, take a deep breath, breathe it out, and breathe in. Bring your arms up, and breathe out and fold at the waist and touch your shins or the floor. You can breathe in again in this position and let it out and sink a little deeper. And now as you breathe in, bring your right leg back to a lunge position. Breathe out, bring your left leg back to meet it. Breathe in at the top of the plank. Breathe out as you lower down into chaturanga, yoga push-up. Come on down to the floor. Breathe in as you come into cobra pose. And breathe out as you go to all fours, tuck your feet, and go into downward facing dog. Now rest here with a few breaths in and out. And be sure to press your fingers into the ground, not your wrists. This is an action, a micro action in your arms that can really prevent carpal tunnel syndrome. This time from here, as you breathe in, you're going to bring your right leg forward into lunge. So breathing in, bringing your right leg forward, that same lunge, and breathe out, bring your left leg forward, and breathe in and come on up to stand, and close the pose with a prayer position. Great. How was that? Good? Okay. So now we're going to do it 2 more times, and I'm just going to demonstrate and talk while we do it together. So I'll try to stay in the same breathing pattern as most people, but if you get lost on the breaths, don't worry about it. Just keep breathing so that you don't die. That's the main thing. So ready with feet hip width apart, and just first get really solid in your mountain. This is your basic yoga pose, mountain pose, where you're just standing. You're feeling the ground beneath you. Your head of your upper arm bones are back, and you're open to receive lessons from this practice and from the universe. And this is mountain pose, where you're just grounded. And you can practice this all of the time of the day when you're standing. So this is a really fantastic yoga pose as well. But getting started with our Surya Namaskar, our Sun Salutation A, we're going to breathe in, bring your arms up and out and fold. Really feel those hamstrings and lower back. Breathe in and out once here. And then as you breathe in, bring your right leg back into a lunge. Breathe out and lower down. The yoga push-up is a little different where your elbows stay at the side next to your ribs and they don't wing out like in a military push-up. And that's a little bit of a different feeling for some people. You can go straight up to downward facing dog from the push-up, but going through all fours makes it a lot easier. So take a few breaths in downward facing dog. And on an inhalation, right leg forward with the lunge. Exhalation, bring your left leg forward. And final inhalation, arms up. And close the pose. And we're going to go right into the last round. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, fold forward. The sun salutation, go ahead and take your full breath. And then on your next inhalation, right leg back. The sun salutation was designed to flow, one pose flows to the next. And also, it's meant to bring your spine into many different directions so that you're prepared for the day. This is a backward bending motion. This is a forward bending motion when you go into downward facing dog. And your hip joints being well lubricated with the lunges gets you ready for all of the walking, sitting, crouching, and jumping that you might do in a day. And so the sun salutation is a great way to start your morning or to have a midday break because it gets your body moving. And if you do it fast, you can really start sweating and get a legit warm-up that gets your muscles warm and ready for some more challenging things. So I hope you like learning Sun Salutation A. Thank you, Ashley and Gabby, for being great demonstrators, and we'll see you on another video soon.